Marcus Aurelius once said that the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts in a world that constantly tries to dictate how we should feel, think, and act. Imagine possessing the power to find inner peace and happiness regardless of the swirling circumstances around you. That's not just powerful, it's revolutionary. It's about taking control, not of the world, but of something far more important and absolutely within our reach, our own minds. Stoicism teaches us resilience, gratitude, and the art of living a fulfilling life. But this is not just a history lesson, it's about you, about your life today. It's about facing the chaos of our modern world without losing your cool, finding calm in the storm, and happiness in the simplest things. It's about transforming your mornings from something you dread into a powerful launch pad for a day filled with purpose and joy. Now, if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, let's start this transformative journey together. Are you ready? If you have ever felt overwhelmed by the noise of life, if you have ever struggled to find a moment of peace, or if you are simply curious about how ancient wisdom can be your secret weapon in the 21st century, stay here. This could be the video that changes everything for you. Let's delve into Stoic strategies that can help us create not just a morning routine, but a life full of intention, resilience, and true happiness. I hire you to pay your full attention to this video from start to finish. If you've made it this far, you're not like the rest. You're a standout person who seeks depth and wisdom. Your dedication to fully absorb this content sets you apart even more. It might seem like a fancy term, but it's actually a wonderfully simple concept from Japan. Find your ikigai. Discover the purpose of each morning. It's about discovering that sweet spot where your passions, skills, social needs, and what you can be paid for intersect. It's your sole reason for being. Imagine waking up every morning driven by a clear purpose that excites you, something that makes the mere thought of hitting snooze simply irrelevant. Marcus Aurelius wasn't just about enduring life's hardships with a stiff upper lip. He was deeply involved in the idea that we are all here to play our part, to contribute something meaningful. He urged us to approach each day as an opportunity to fulfill our role with integrity and passion. Now think about that in the context of ikigai. It's not just about finding what you love, but about aligning it with what the world needs and what you are good at. That's where the magic happens. But how do you start discovering your ikigai? Begin with some introspection. Ask yourself what you are passionate about, what you are good at, what the world needs from you, and what you can be paid for. It's okay if the answers don't come to you right away. It's about the journey, about exploring different facets of your life and interests and seeing where they converge. This quest for your ikigai isn't just a fluffy feel-good exercise. It's about laying the groundwork for a life rich in meaning and satisfaction. When you align your daily actions with your deepest purpose, even mundane tasks take on significance. Your relationships begin to flourish because you are more present and engaged. Your creativity soars because you're aligned with your true passions, and your overall happiness becomes more of a constant companion than a fleeting visitor. So when you think about setting the alarm for tomorrow morning, consider what ikigai means to you. What could be so compelling that you'd jump out of bed eager to start the day? Remember that it's not about an overnight transformation. It's a process that unfolds gently, and as Marcus Aurelius would remind us, it's about doing the work day by day with dedication and honor. Finding your ikigai is not just about personal fulfillment, but about embracing your role in the world, a larger tapestry of life that contributes its unique thread to the constantly evolving human story. The ancient Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, were proponents of the idea that our actions must have purpose, not just random acts thrown to the wind, but deliberate steps guided by our internal compass. Prepare the night before, setting the stage for success. This philosophy wonderfully extends to how we prepare for the next day, starting the night before. Here's the deal. Start your morning with the way you spend the night. It's tempting to binge-watch your favorite series until late at night or scroll through social media until your eyes become blurry. But let's pause and consider how that prepares you for the next day. Your brain needs time to relax, process the day's events, and recharge for what's coming. That's where a solid pre-sleep routine comes in. Imagine treating your nightly routine with the same respect and intention you would have for any other important aspect of your life. It's not about rigid self-discipline that takes the joy out of evenings. It's about creating a space that supports your well-being and aligns with your goals for the next day. For example, limiting screen time an hour before bed isn't about denying yourself relaxation, but about giving your mind the signal that it's time to unwind, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. Planning a bit for the next day can also be a game changer. It could be as simple as jotting down your top 3 priorities for tomorrow. This act alone sets a clear direction that ensures you wake up with a sense of purpose. And here is where Stoic mindset really shines. It's about recognizing what's under our control and letting go of what's not. We may not be able to control every detail of our day, but we can certainly influence how we start it. And let's not forget about taking a deep breath or meditating to calm the mind. This practice is not just fluff. It's a powerful tool that signals to your body that it's time to rest. Taking deep breaths and exhaling slowly helps reduce stress, slow the heart rate, and prepare your body for a deep, restful sleep. It's like hitting the reset button, ensuring you wake up not just physically refreshed, but also mentally and emotionally ready in today's always-on world. This might seem like a Herculean task, but it's absolutely vital to setting the tone for your entire day. Imagine this in the early moments of your morning, untainted by the digital clamor of emails, social media notifications, or the buzz of the news cycle. It's just you, your thoughts, and the serene silence of dawn. That's not just refreshing, it's empowering. Marcus Aurelius was a staunch advocate for living with intention and focus. He wasn't distracted by the notifications of ancient Rome. Avoid morning distractions, embrace serenity, and trust me, he had his share of distractions. Instead, he emphasized the importance of focusing on the present moment and the task at hand. He knew something that today is even more relevant. The quality of your attention determines the quality of your life. So how do we apply this ancient wisdom in the modern era? First, it's about creating a morning space that is intentionally free of digital distractions. It's not about shunning technology, but about choosing not to let it dictate the start of your day. It's tempting to roll over and immediately check your phone, but that instantly puts you in a reactive state, responding to the demands and dramas of the external world. Instead, give yourself the gift of a peaceful start. Imagine dedicating the first hour of your day to activities that nourish your soul and sharpen your mind. Maybe it's reading, meditating, journaling, or just enjoying a cup of coffee while looking out the window. This is not wasted time. It's an investment in your well-being. By avoiding distractions, you're not only avoiding stress, but also actively creating a reserve of peace and focus that you'll draw upon throughout the day. Making the most of your mornings is not about adding more to your to-do list. It's about subtracting the noise that doesn't serve you. It's about prioritizing what really matters before the day's demands start calling your attention. Here is where the Stoic practice of focusing on what's under your control comes in. You might not be able to control the avalanche of emails waiting for you, but you can control how and when you choose to engage with them. Challenge yourself to start the day on your own terms, resisting the temptation to plunge into the digital world first thing. Anchor yourself in the present moment, savoring the peace and potential that the morning holds. Remember, each day is a new opportunity to live more intentionally, more serenely, and more in line with who you aspire to be. Let's make our mornings a testimony to that ambition, guided by the eternal wisdom of Stoicism and the unwavering focus on what really matters. Stoicism, in essence, is about understanding what's under our control and acting with virtue and intention in those areas. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. These guys weren't just about enduring life's hardships with a stiff upper lip. They advocated for a proactive attitude. Awaken the power of routine, committing to life, taking charge of our actions and our mindset. Waking up consistently as a practice that embodies this philosophy is a declaration that we have control over how we start our day, that we are not at the mercy of whims or external pressures. Building a life as Stoicism suggests, step by step with satisfaction in each action, is a powerful concept that reminds us that great changes start with small, consistent actions. Waking up at the same time each morning might seem like a small thing, but it's a foundational habit that sets the stage for everything else. It's about creating a stable foundation for your day where you're not rushing from the moment you open your eyes, but starting with a sense of control and purpose. But here's the thing. Consistency is a challenge, especially in the early days. Trying to wake up at the same time each morning might feel like an uphill battle. Your bed feels cozier than ever, and the temptation to hit the snooze button one more time can seem irresistible. Here is where the Stoic practice of perseverance comes into play. It's about reminding yourself why you're doing this, reminding yourself of the person you're becoming through this discipline. It's about looking beyond the immediate comfort and focusing on the long-term benefits this habit will bring to your life. Becoming a morning person is not just about the mornings themselves. It's about embodying the qualities that make you resilient, focused, and intentional throughout the day. It's a practice of self-mastery to align your actions with your values and in cultivating the kind of life you want to live one morning at a time. So, how can we make consistency our ally? Start by setting a clear intention the night before. Remember why it's important to you to wake up at a specific time. Is it to have more quiet time in the morning to read or meditate? Is it to exercise or simply to start the day in a more relaxed and controlled manner? Then, create an environment that supports this habit. Maybe it's going to bed a bit earlier to ensure you get enough sleep, or keeping the curtains slightly open to let natural light gently wake you up. And when things get tough, remember the Stoic belief in the power of our own will and the importance of acting according to our principles. Each morning that you get up at the chosen time, you're not just starting your day, you're reinforcing a commitment to yourself, to your growth, and to living a life of intention and purpose. Take it easy, embracing self-compassion amid all this talk about discipline, consistency, and waking up with the sun. It's crucial to remember one thing: we are human, and being human means we are wonderfully complex creatures with brains that often prefer the path of least resistance, the route of instant gratification. That's precisely why embarking on new habits, transforming our mornings, can initially feel like an uphill battle. But there's something incredibly liberating about recognizing this fact. It's not a flaw, it's just part of the human experience. Now channel this concept. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-compassion and understanding with its calls for discipline and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, in his personal writings, often reminded himself to be patient and forgive his own faults. He knew that scolding oneself for every slip was not the path to growth. He advocated for recognizing our mistakes, learning from them, and then letting them go. This approach is crucial when we try to cultivate new morning routines or any habit. Those early days or even weeks can be tough. The alarm goes off and every fiber of your being wants to stay wrapped in the warmth of your bed. And, let's be honest, there will be days when you give in to that desire. That's okay. The key is what you do next. Do you punish yourself and fall into a cycle of guilt and self-criticism, or do you take a breath, forgive yourself, and see the next morning as a new opportunity to try again? Forgiveness and patience with ourselves are not signs of weakness. They are indicators of strength and wisdom. They mean we're in this for the long haul, ready to navigate the ups and downs with grace. This Stoic practice of self-compassion is about understanding our nature, working with it, and gently pushing ourselves toward the habits and life we aspire to. Moreover, taking it easy is not about making excuses or allowing ourselves to consistently not meet our goals. It's about recognizing that growth is a process filled with learning curves and setbacks. It's about understanding that each new day brings a new set of challenges and opportunities, and it's in this daily renewal where we find our strength and resilience. So, as you work to embrace those early mornings or any new habit, remember to take it easy, celebrate the small victories, learn from setbacks, and approach each day with a heart willing to try again. Small acts of discipline, building a virtuous life. It's not just about becoming a morning person, it's about cultivating a mindset prepared to face life's challenges with a mix of determination and kindness. Consider the simple act of placing your alarm clock across the room. It's not just about making it physically harder to keep sleeping. It's a declaration. It's a commitment to start the day on your terms. Getting up despite the comfort of snuggled beds is a small act of defiance against the temptation to continue sleeping and a step toward facing the day with intention. The same way you make your bed each morning might seem trivial, especially when you're the only one who sees it. However, it's much more than smoothing sheets and fluffing pillows. It's an exercise in care, telling yourself that your environment and how you relate to it are important. It's about creating a space that reflects order and respect for yourself. These small victories, as Marcus Aurelius would likely say, are the pillars of a disciplined life. They are everyday choices that, though easy to overlook, cumulatively shape our character. Every time you choose to do these small things, you're voting for the kind of person you want to be. You're choosing to be someone who values discipline, order, and respect for oneself and the environment. But why focus on these small acts? Because they are within everyone's reach. Not everyone can control the larger events in our lives, the upheavals, the unexpected twists. But we can control how we respond to the start of each day, how we treat our immediate environment, and how we prepare for what the future holds. This is Stoicism in action, focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. These practices aren't just about developing discipline for the sake of discipline, but about cultivating a mindset prepared for life's bigger challenges. If you can commit to these small acts of discipline, you're training yourself to keep your commitments in more important areas, sharpening your ability to persevere, maintain composure in the face of adversity, and face life with a calm and serene demeanor. Qualities that define the Stoic ideal. So when you consider the role of discipline in your life, start small. Look for those everyday opportunities to practice self-control and order. Remember, it's in these moments, in the stillness of the morning when you decide to get up and face the day with intention, where your character is forged. Responsible partners, sharing the journey. These practices are not merely chores or tasks. Their rituals give purpose to your day and your life, infusing it deeply, impactful, Sharing your goals with someone who not only supports but also holds you accountable can significantly amplify your chances of success, transforming a personal journey into a shared adventure and paving the way for fulfilling your morning routine and ultimately the purpose of your life. It becomes less and more pleasurable. Think of your accountable partner as your ally in the pursuit of personal improvement. This person is there to remind you of your commitments when the warmth of your bed feels too comforting to leave early. They are there to cheer you on when progress seems slow and to celebrate your victories, no matter how small. This relationship is a two-way street. It's about mutual support and encouragement, based on the understanding that we are all striving to be the best versions of ourselves. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, often emphasized the importance of community and relationships in character development and virtue. They believed in the power of shared wisdom, learning from each other, and the strength that comes from knowing you're not alone in your struggles. Finding a responsible partner in today's world is a nod to this timeless wisdom, acknowledging that while the journey towards self-discipline and purpose is personal, it doesn't have to be lonely. Additionally, a responsible partner can help you see blind spots in your routine or approach that you might overlook on your own. They can offer new perspectives and insights that can catalyze your growth in unexpected ways. This partnership is more than just checking whether you woke up on time or continued with your morning meditation. It's about engaging in meaningful dialogue about what works and what doesn't, and how both can support each other in making adjustments. So, how do you find this responsible partner? Look for someone who shares your commitment to growth and self-improvement. It could be a friend, a family member, or even a colleague. The key is to choose someone you trust, someone with whom you can be open and honest about your goals, struggles, and successes. Once you've found that person, be clear about what you hope to achieve and what kind of support you need. Set regular check-ins and be there for each other, offering words of encouragement and, when necessary, a gentle push to get back on track. Memento mori, remembering the value of each day. Remember that finding a responsible partner is about more than just external motivation. It's about building a relationship that inspires and elevates both of you, creating a shared space where honesty, vulnerability, and mutual support are valued and encouraged. In this space, your morning routines and broader life goals intertwine in a collective effort to live a disciplined and intentional life, filled with meaning and fulfillment. The Stoic practice of reflecting on mortality is a call to action, a stimulus to live our lives with purpose and intention. It encourages us not to waste our time on trivialities, but to focus on creating a meaningful legacy. Each morning when we wake up, we are presented with a new opportunity to engage with life in a meaningful way, to contribute positively to the world around us, and to seek personal growth and fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius often wrote in his meditations about the fleeting nature of life, emphasizing the importance of living virtuously and making the most of the time we have. This was not meant to be grim, but a liberating understanding that freed him from petty concerns and allowed him to focus on his duties as emperor and as a human being, striving for virtue. The idea is that by keeping the end in mind, we are more likely to live our lives with purpose and clarity, prioritizing the things and relationships that truly matter. Remembering death in the context of our morning routines transforms the way we approach each day. It's not just another day. It's a day we've been given, one that is not guaranteed to anyone. This understanding can profoundly affect how we choose to spend our time, the activities we undertake, and the relationships we nurture, as well as the legacy we strive to build. It's a reminder to live fully, love deeply, and leave the world a little better than we found it. Additionally, this Stoic practice helps us maintain perspective in the face of life's inevitable challenges and setbacks. When we know our time is limited, the daily annoyances and obstacles lose much of their power over us. We become more resilient, more focused on our long-term goals, and less likely to be derailed by temporary difficulties. It's a practice that fosters gratitude for the present moment and inspires us to make the most of it. So how can we incorporate this Stoic principle into our daily lives? Start with a moment of reflection, practice negative visualization, and prepare for challenges. Each morning, consider the day you have ahead as a blank canvas and an opportunity to contribute positively to your life story and those around you. Ask yourself, would I be proud of how I choose to spend this day if it were my last? This doesn't mean living in a constant state of existential crisis, but rather cultivating a deep gratitude for the now, for the opportunity to live, learn, and love. By adopting the Stoic practice of remembering death, we don't focus on the end, but on the present and how we choose to live each day. It's a powerful antidote against complacency and a reminder to live our lives with intention, purpose, and gratitude. So let's greet each morning with the awareness that it's a gift, an opportunity to build a life rich in meaning and aligned with our deepest values. This is the essence of living stoically, of making the most of our finite time in this world to create a legacy that endures. We are often told to focus on the positive, to visualize success and happiness. However, the Stoics, in their profound wisdom, offer a different perspective that is not only practical, but incredibly empowering. Negative visualization is not about pessimism, but rather a tool for resilience, preparedness, and ultimately, a greater appreciation of the present. The essence of this practice is to periodically imagine the challenges, losses, or difficulties we might face in life. This could range from minor inconveniences, like missing a bus or a rainy day, to more significant hardships, like losing a job or a loved one. The purpose is not to dwell on these scenarios in a way that generates fear or anxiety, but to mentally rehearse how we would handle these situations if they arose. This process of visualization prepares you emotionally and mentally, making you less susceptible to being thrown off by life's inevitable ups and downs. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus believed that by contemplating the temporary nature of everything outside our control, we could cultivate a deeper sense of peace and resilience. This practice encourages us to focus on what we can control, our responses, our attitudes, and our actions. Incorporating negative visualizations into your morning routine can transform the way you approach your day. Instead of heading out the door blind to the potential challenges ahead, you are mentally equipped to face them. Gratitude, reflecting on the day's gifts, is like a mental training session where you strengthen your resilience muscles so that when life inevitably throws a curveball your way, you aren't knocked down. You've rehearsed this moment in your mind and can draw upon your previously visualized strategies. Additionally, this practice has a beautiful paradoxical effect. It increases our gratitude for the present moment by imagining life without some of the things we take for granted. We return to reality with a renewed appreciation for them. It's a reminder of how much we have to be grateful for at this moment. It's not about living in fear of loss, but about using that thought to deepen our appreciation for the here and now. How do we practice negative visualization in a healthy and constructive way? Start with a few moments in the morning to contemplate the potential challenges of the day or broader future possibilities. Visualize how you would ideally respond, what strengths you would draw upon, what lessons you might learn, and how you could grow from the experience. Then, let go of the visualization and proceed with your day carrying a sense of preparedness and a greater appreciation for your current circumstances. Incorporating gratitude into our lives, especially at the end of the day, can have a transformative impact on our well-being and outlook. Keeping a gratitude journal is a wonderfully simple yet profoundly effective way to cultivate this sense of appreciation. Taking a few moments before bedtime to reflect on the day and jot down a few things we're grateful for is also beneficial. This could be anything from a kind gesture from a stranger, a beautiful sunset, the completion of a challenging task, or simply the comfort of our bed waiting to embrace us at the end of a long day. The act of writing down what we are grateful for shifts our focus from what's missing in our lives to the abundance that's already present. It's a practice that perfectly aligns with Stoic teachings, which emphasize focusing on what we have rather than what we don't, on what's under our control rather than what isn't. This shift in perspective not only sets the stage for a night of peaceful sleep, free from the agitation of unmet desires or persistent frustrations, but also prepares our mind to start the next day with a sense of purpose and appreciation. Why end the day with gratitude? Because it allows us to close the day on a note of positivity, regardless of the challenges we may have faced. It's a way to reaffirm the good in our lives, to find peace even amidst turmoil, and to foster a mindset that sees opportunities for growth and joy in every circumstance. This evening practice of gratitude creates a ripple effect that influences not only how we sleep, but also how we wake up and approach our mornings, transforming our first thoughts of the day from groans about the alarm clock to a quiet anticipation of what the new day holds. Additionally, this practice of appreciating our lives extends beyond our personal sphere, enhancing our relationships. The illustrious Stoic sage, Seneca, once shared his wisdom, stating that it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of our existence. He compared our lives to a swiftly flowing river, precious and fleeting at the same time. Today, we will unravel this eternal wisdom through the Stoic perspective, exploring 7 Stoic practices that can propel you beyond 98% of people, ensuring you not only live, but truly thrive on life's stage. Stoic philosophy has a lot to offer, and together we'll explore its treasures for living a fuller, more mindful life. Let's get started. Imagine for a moment that you are transported thousands of years back in time. You are at the top of a mountain under a blanket of stars alongside one of the great Stoic philosophers. As you share life stories and challenges, you explain the stressful factors of the 21st century, the pressure for success, the constant comparison on social media, and the relentless pace of modern life. Your wise companion points upward, toward the vast cosmos where spiral galaxies and stars burn with passion. In this setting, the Stoic whispers a truth that has endured through the ages. In the great tapestry of the universe, our lives are ephemeral shadows. Now, how do we fit into this amazing cosmos? The perspective I'm going to tell you about is related to getting ahead of 98% of people. It's about changing the way you think. Most people are stuck in the present, focusing on every little detail of their lives, magnifying every failure, and paying too much attention to others' criticisms. They are trapped by the expectations society imposes on them, but Stoics have a different view. Imagine that you zoom out and start to appreciate our minuscule position in the immensity of the universe. This gives you a mental clarity that many people don't have. To better understand, think about times when you felt frustrated. For example, when a colleague got a promotion you thought you deserved, or when a casual comment ruined your day. These events can consume us, but from a cosmic perspective, you realize the transient nature of these events. Instead of envying or resenting, the Stoic mind thinks about the big picture. Will this matter in the grand scheme of things? Often, the answer is no. This doesn't mean you should minimize your struggles or genuine emotions. It's a tool for discernment that helps you prioritize what really matters. When you're not overwhelmed by every little obstacle or trivial activities, you gain a significant edge. While 98% of people chase fleeting validations, you channel your energy toward a deeper purpose and action, grounded in an understanding of the broader picture of life. Consider some of the most successful and impactful figures in history. Many of them, consciously or unconsciously, practiced the art of stepping back, which provided them resilience in adversity and a clear vision amid chaos. So, how can you embrace this cosmic perspective in your everyday life? Start with moments of reflection before facing the day or when you face a challenge or decision. Take a few minutes to visualize the broader canvas of existence. You can read about the immensity of our universe. These practices can anchor your thinking, providing clarity and calm. A powerful practice is negative visualization. Imagine you're in a bustling historical market surrounded by crowds and stalls teeming with life. Yet you're drawn to the corner where a Stoic philosopher captivates his audience. Instead of visualizing a life filled with pleasure and endless success, he urges you to contemplate possible hardships and setbacks. This, according to the Stoics, is the key to a fulfilling and resilient life. It may seem counterintuitive at first, as we are often told to keep our thoughts positive and focus solely on our aspirations. However, let's delve into why this Stoic practice might be the secret to standing out among 98% of the population. Most people live in a perpetual fear of the unknown and unexpected. They are surprised by life's twists because they have never mentally prepared for them. This leaves them vulnerable and reactive, often paralyzed by adversity. But what if you could develop mental armor? Instead of being derailed by unexpected challenges, you have already rehearsed them in your mind. This practice can become your protective shield, catapulting you beyond 98% of the population. You are prepared for the unexpected and ready to face challenges with strength and resilience. Imagine you are an entrepreneur. While most business owners dream of profits and success, you occasionally reflect on potential challenges that could arise: a product failing, a drop in market demand, or even a global recession. Now, instead of this visualization dragging you into despair, it prompts you to be proactive. You can prepare to face these challenges. You can diversify your products, invest in research, or create an emergency fund to be ready when the tide changes, as it often does in the unpredictable world of business. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. Negative visualization also cultivates gratitude, a powerful tool we often overlook in our quest for more. Reflecting occasionally on the absence of the blessings we take for granted, such as good health or family support, helps us appreciate the present more. This heightened sense of gratitude not only improves our mental well-being, but also drives us to make the most of our current resources, giving us a direct advantage over others. Remember the words of Seneca: "He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary." By occasionally visiting potential difficulties through negative visualization, you are not inviting adversity. You are equipped to handle any scenario life presents to you. Essentially, while most tend to fear and avoid potential setbacks, you are preparing and strengthening yourself. This not only ensures resilience in the face of adversity, but also positions you leaps and bounds ahead in the game of life. Imagine finding yourself in a serene courtyard shaded by centuries-old olive trees, where the warm Mediterranean breeze caresses your face. You notice a small group gathered around a Stoic philosopher demonstrating a peculiar exercise. He wears coarse clothing and chooses to sit on rough terrain, rather than on a nearby comfortable bench. Close to his message, you understand that growth is found at the edges of discomfort. This Stoic practice of embracing intentional difficulties may seem out of place in our modern world, where we are inundated with tools and technology designed for our comfort. However, this practice might be the reason why it is a powerful tool to propel you ahead of 98% of others. Consider the fundamental principles of growth and development. Whether developing muscle, learning a new skill, or fostering resilience, progress generally occurs when we dare to push beyond our comfort zone. Most people, however, tend to gravitate towards ease and familiarity, which often leads them to remain stuck in their personal and professional lives, trapped within the confines of their self-imposed limits. To make this thought tangible, observe athletes. While their peers might be satisfied with regular training routines, those who achieve excellence often incorporate challenges into their regimens that push their bodies and minds to the limits. They might train at high altitudes, endure extreme climates, or practice while fatigued. This intentional discomfort does not break them. It makes them stronger. Embracing intentional discomfort, recalibrating and occasionally fasting, for example, the simple pleasure of a modest meal becomes profoundly satisfying. As Seneca aptly expressed, it is in times of security that the spirit should prepare for difficult times. Incorporating this Stoic exercise into your life can be transformative. It can be as simple as taking a cold shower periodically, fasting, or intentionally exposing yourself to challenging situations that align with your goals. In a society where many constantly seek comfort, choosing the path of intentional discomfort not only fosters resilience but also distinguishes you. While others may shy away from challenges, you actively seek them. You know that within them lie unparalleled opportunities for growth. Managing the dichotomy of control is essential in the heart of a tranquil garden surrounded by fragrant flowers and gentle streams. You feel anxious. Listeners are drawn by the wisdom of an elderly Stoic. He presents a simple yet profound vision, the essential dichotomy. There are things within our control and things beyond it. Mastering this distinction, he asserts, is the gateway to incomparable freedom and success. The dichotomy of control is one of the foundational principles of Stoicism. But how can this ancient wisdom position you ahead of 98% of people in our modern world? Surprisingly, many people today spend an excessive amount of energy and emotional currency on external factors beyond their reach. The opinions of others, market fluctuations, global events, or even the weather. This misalignment not only leads to unnecessary stress, but also diffuses their focus on areas where they can implement real change. Now, let's bring this into the realm of contemporary careers, represented by a young woman striving for success in an uncertain world. Jane, a professional, is launching an innovative project for her company. While she cannot control the final decision, she is entirely in charge of her preparation, the clarity of her presentation, and her response to questions. By focusing on these controllable aspects, she delivers a compelling pitch that leaves no room for regrets, regardless of the outcome. Epictetus, a Stoic heavyweight, once said, "We should always be asking ourselves whether something is within our control or not." This mantra serves as a compass, guiding us to invest our efforts wisely. Adopting the dichotomy of control as a daily practice is transformative. It starts with self-awareness. Every time you face a challenge or a decision, discern those elements outside your control. You recognize them, but refrain from investing in them emotionally or mentally. By mastering this Stoic principle, you gain a strategic advantage while most might get caught up in externalities. Your clarity and action-focused stance are miles ahead. It's not about passive resignation to fate, but rather an active dance with it. You lead with what you can control and gracefully accept what you cannot. Practicing daily self-reflection amid the vast halls of an ancient library with scrolls and manuscripts covering the walls, you encounter a Stoic philosopher engrossed in writing. Curiously, you approach and discover he's not documenting grand theories, but is caught up in a personal practice of introspection, writing a journal. He shares that what he writes in this private context becomes a mirror of the soul. At first glance, journaling might seem like a modest, perhaps even mundane form. However, when embraced with passion and discipline, this act becomes a powerful tool for self-knowledge and personal growth. Intentionality becomes a formidable tool that can position you ahead of 98% of the population. In this modern world, with its incessant distractions and constant noise, moments of quietude and self-reflection are rarely encouraged. Many go through life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances rather than shaping them. Unraveling the layers of their psyche, over time he identifies patterns that reveal which decisions bring him peace and which trigger undue stress. He discovers where his genuine mental inclinations lie, in contrast with imposed expectations. Armed with this knowledge, Alex redirects his career trajectory towards healthcare, aligning them with his fundamental values and passions. This leads to better fulfillment and success. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote his introspective thoughts in Meditations, not intended for publication, but as a personal tool for moral betterment. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Journaling becomes a tool to refine those thoughts. Starting the routine of journaling is simple. Dedicate a few minutes each day, perhaps at dawn or dusk, to document your thoughts, personal reflections, and observations. The reflections are challenging and bring gratitude and insights. Over time, this practice crystallizes your understanding of yourself, enhancing decision-making and resilience. While many might drift in the currents of life, you, with your journal as a compass, navigate with intentionality and clarity. In a society that often lacks depth in its commitment to self-awareness and growth, this clearly sets you apart, allowing you to forge paths few recognize and even fewer traverse. You use obstacles as opportunities. Imagine a scene in an ancient Stoic school where students cluster around their mentor. He presents them with a curious metaphor, a windmill. Just as the windmill uses gusts of wind that might threaten to topple other structures to power its mechanisms and grind grain, so too can we leverage adversities to our benefit. The Stoic perspective on obstacles goes against much of human nature. While the typical response to adversity may be to avoid, despair, or get angry, the Stoics saw such events as opportunities for growth, learning, and character development. Let's reflect on the modern image of startups. Imagine Clara, an enthusiastic entrepreneur launching a revolutionary tech product. She soon faces a major obstacle. A well-funded competitor launches a similar tool. While many might see this as a terminal threat, Clara, armed with Stoic wisdom, perceives it differently. She sees the competition as an opportunity to refine her product, improve her marketing, and truly understand her customers' needs. Months later, not only does her business survive, but it also thrives. She has turned the obstacle of competition into a catalyst for her success. To integrate innovation and growth into your life, start by reframing challenges. Faced with a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this apparent negative event propel me forward? This mindset not only mitigates the distress that obstacles may cause, but also positions you to advantageously leverage them. In a world where many are deterred by challenges, your Stoic ability to transmute obstacles into stepping stones not only guarantees personal resilience, but also places you leagues ahead in the journey of life. While others see walls, you recognize doors. Where you perceive ends, you identify beginnings that cultivate inner satisfaction. Under the vast canopy of an ancient tree, a group gathers around a renowned Stoic teacher. His lesson of the day revolves around something seemingly simple, but encapsulates the key to unparalleled success and inner serenity: satisfaction. While the external world relentlessly pursues external validations and symbols of success, he teaches that true prosperity begins and ends within. Stoicism has always emphasized the cultivation of internal riches over external wealth. Now, one might wonder, how can this principle put you ahead of 98% of people? After all, success is usually measured by tangible achievements and acquisitions. The paradox lies in cultivating an inner sanctuary of satisfaction, making you immune to the volatile tides of external circumstances. This equity allows for clearer decision-making, reduces the paralyzing effects of fear and anxiety, and fosters a genuine sense of fulfillment independent of external nods. Imagine Sarah, a talented artist in a bustling city. His lesson of the day revolves around something seemingly simple, but encapsulates the key to unparalleled success and inner serenity: satisfaction. While the external world relentlessly pursues external validations and symbols of success, he teaches that true prosperity begins and ends within. Stoicism has always emphasized the cultivation of internal riches over external wealth. Now, one might wonder, how can this principle put you ahead of 98% of people? After all, success is usually measured by tangible achievements and acquisitions. The paradox lies in cultivating an inner sanctuary of satisfaction, making you immune to the volatile tides of external circumstances. This equity allows for clearer decision-making, reduces the paralyzing effects of fear and anxiety, and fosters a genuine sense of fulfillment independent of external nods. Imagine Sarah, a talented artist in a bustling city. She is surrounded by peers who measure success by gallery representation, media coverage, or sales figures. While Sarah recognizes these metrics, she does not anchor her self-esteem to them. Instead, she finds deep satisfaction in the very act of creation, expressing her unique vision. This inner satisfaction not only protects her from the inevitable rejections and critiques, but also infuses her work with authenticity, eventually attracting genuine appreciation and opportunities her way. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxiously depending on the future. It's about understanding that while ambitions and goals are commendable, placing the highest happiness in their realization is a precarious endeavor. By adopting this Stoic gem, practice daily gratitude for the present, deeply engage with your tasks, and find joy in the journey itself, rather than just in potential outcomes. Periodically disconnect from the relentless onslaught of social metrics and tune into your own metrics of success and satisfaction. By mastering inner satisfaction, you not only elevate the quality of your life, but also gain a competitive edge in a world plagued by comparisons. Your genuine satisfaction and focused approach magnetically attract opportunities and genuine relationships, allowing you to stand out clearly in the vast sea of humanity. Remember, Stoicism is not just about acquiring knowledge, but applying it in the face of life's adversities. Remember, Stoicism is not just about acquiring knowledge, but applying it in the face of life's adversities. Take a moment to reflect on where you stand in the spectrum of these 7 ways. In which areas are you invited to deeper exploration and integration? I encourage you to share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments section. Which of these ways resonated with you? Have there been other Stoic teachings that have significantly changed your perspective? We're going to talk about the importance of thinking about ourselves, not as an act of selfishness, but as a path toward virtue and personal improvement. How can we be of greater use to others if we haven't perfected ourselves first? The answer to this intriguing question lies in the transformation that occurs when we embrace Stoic philosophy and focus our energies on cultivating inner excellence. By thinking about ourselves in this context, we not only work on our own growth, but also become beacons of inspiration and guidance for those around us, enabling us to make a positive difference in the world. Stoicism emphasizes three key virtues. The first is wisdom, but in the Stoic sense, it involves the ability to discern what is within our control and what is not. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, we have power over our minds, but not always over external events. By understanding this, you will find a source of inner strength. Wisdom is not just about knowledge, but also about understanding our own nature and the nature of the world. The second virtue is courage. Facing the unknown, overcoming your fears, and challenging the adversities of life are fundamental parts of Stoic philosophy. These virtues guide us toward a fuller life. But how exactly do they connect with the focus on oneself and overall well-being? The intrigue and interest lie in discovering how these principles can transform our existence and lead us to a state of harmony and authenticity. Courage is not just about physical bravery. It involves facing adversity, the unknown, and even our own flaws. It's about standing firm in the face of challenges and difficulties. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Temperance, on the other hand, is the practice of moderation and self-control. It's about living in harmony with nature, managing our desires, and avoiding excesses. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of this virtue by reminding us that to have a happy life, most of it lies within us, in our way of thinking and in accepting the present moment. The Stoics emphasize the importance of accepting the present moment as it is, without resistance or judgment. This does not mean resigning to a life of passivity, but recognizing the reality of a situation and working from there. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, upon waking each morning, to think about the precious privilege of being alive. Breathing, thinking, enjoying and loving, and having control over our reactions is essential. This principle is essential for maintaining emotional stability and resilience in the face of life's challenges. As Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, in Stoicism, the supreme good is not found in wealth, fame, or external success, but in virtue. Virtue in the Stoic context includes wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Embracing virtue as the supreme good leads us to a life of fulfillment and eudaimonia. Stoicism teaches us to accept the permanence of all things, including our own lives. This understanding can help us appreciate the present moment and not overly attach to what is beyond our control. Cultivating inner resilience is one of the most valuable aspects of Stoicism. Those who develop this quality can better navigate life's challenges and maintain a sense of inner peace. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Our life is what our thoughts make of it." Constant self-examination is a powerful tool for personal growth. Marcus Aurelius firmly believed in the importance of continuous self-assessment. In his meditations, he often reminded himself of the need to reflect on his actions, thoughts, and emotions. This practice of self-reflection allows us to identify areas for improvement and personal growth. It's not that things are difficult, but that we do not dare to face the difficulty. Taking a few minutes each day to reflect on our actions, reactions, and thoughts can provide us with valuable insight into our own behavior. We can use this self-awareness to make positive changes in our lives. Marcus Aurelius also emphasized the power of the mind in his meditations. He stressed the idea that we have the capacity to control our thoughts and reactions, regardless of external circumstances. This Stoic insight highlights the importance of mastering our mind, as the quality of our thoughts directly influences the quality of our life. Mindfulness and meditation are tools that can help us develop greater control over our thoughts and emotions. Practicing mindfulness involves observing our thoughts without judging them. As we do this consistently, we become more adept at choosing how to respond to various situations, which strengthens our resilience to adversity. Throughout his life, Marcus Aurelius faced numerous challenges, both as a ruler and as a human being. His Stoic philosophy was his faithful companion, helping him maintain composure and resilience in the face of adversity. He reminds us that difficulties are an inevitable part of life, and what really matters is how we react to them. We have power over our mind, even when external events are beyond our control. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of embracing impermanence, a central principle of Stoicism. He frequently meditated on the idea that everything in life is transitory, reminding himself to appreciate every moment. In his reflections, Marcus Aurelius promoted acts of kindness and empathy, recognizing the interconnection of all people and the importance of treating others with compassion and understanding. Upon waking each morning, he would remind himself that the people he would interact with during the day might display negative attitudes due to their inability to distinguish between good and evil. However, he embraced the idea that random acts of kindness could make a difference. He made it a fundamental part of his daily life to practice small acts of kindness toward others, which could be as simple as offering a smile to a stranger, helping someone in need, or expressing gratitude to a friend. Each act of kindness contributed to making the world a better place, seeking opportunities to be kind, which not only improved the lives of those around us, but also cultivated our own virtue. Marcus Aurelius valued temperance and moderation as essential aspects of a virtuous life, recognizing that excessive desires and indulgence often lead to discontent and suffering. The key is to surround yourself with people who elevate you, whose presence invokes your best self. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "mind over body," so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. Start your day with a moment of reflection, just as Marcus Aurelius did. Take a few minutes to consider the day ahead and the challenges you might face. Remember your fundamental values and the virtues you wish to embody. This practice can set a positive tone for your day and help you overcome challenges with grace. Journaling is a powerful tool for personal improvement. Dedicate time each day to write in it, recording your thoughts and emotions. This practice will help you gain clarity on your progress and identify areas for personal growth. The Stoic pause is essential in moments of stress, anger, or frustration. Simply pause and take a deep breath. This seemingly simple act can make a significant difference in how you face challenges. Acting can help you regain control over your reactions and choose a more reasoned response. Remember that external events may be beyond your control, but your reaction is in your hands. Before ending the day, take a moment to review your actions and behaviors. Reflect on the moments when you lived according to your values and those when you fell short. This practice allows you to learn from your experiences and make conscious improvements. Random acts of kindness involve actively seeking opportunities to be kind and empathetic to others. These small gestures of kindness not only benefit others, but also contribute to your own sense of well-being and virtue. Engaging in mindfulness meditation will help you develop greater control over your thoughts and emotions. This practice involves observing your thoughts without judgment, which can help you maintain inner peace and resilience. Gratitude is a daily practice in which you take a moment to reflect on the things you are thankful for. This practice can shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, fostering satisfaction and inner peace. The Stoic philosophy of the dichotomy of control distinguishes between things that are within your control and those that are not. According to Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not external events. Understanding this distinction is crucial for maintaining tranquility and inner peace. Understanding the importance of accepting things as they are, rather than resisting or fighting against them, is essential. It's not about resigning, but about recognizing the reality of a constantly changing situation and turning obstacles into opportunities. Marcus Aurelius taught us a famous quote: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This Stoic mindset encourages us to see obstacles as opportunities to grow and learn. Stoicism also instructs us on the importance of detachment from outcomes. Instead of overly attaching to specific results, we should focus on our efforts and virtues. This practice allows us to maintain a sense of inner peace and contentment, as we are not overly dependent on external outcomes. Virtue, according to Stoicism, is the supreme good, encompassing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Embracing these virtues allows us to live a fulfilled life and find inner peace. Cultivating inner resilience is one of the most valuable aspects of Stoicism. Through the practice of mindfulness, self-awareness, and Stoic principles, we can build the internal fortitude needed to face life's challenges. Daily gratitude is an essential practice. Take a moment each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for. This practice can change your perspective, focusing on what you have instead of what you lack, which fosters satisfaction and inner peace. Another crucial element is focusing on your virtues. Embracing the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance in your daily life is essential. Make a conscious effort to live according to these principles and let them guide your actions and decisions. Self-evaluation and reflection are valuable tools on this path to self-improvement. Incorporating the practice of daily self-examination is essential for our personal growth. Reflecting on our routine regularly allows us to evaluate our actions, thoughts, and behaviors, and find opportunities for improvement. When facing adversity, it is crucial to remember the Stoic practices of acceptance and reframing. These tools help us view challenges from a positive perspective, allowing us to maintain composure and resilience. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism offer a profound and timeless insight into how to live a life with purpose, inner peace, and virtue. By focusing on ourselves daily and embracing the Stoic lifestyle, as well as consistently practicing its principles, we can undergo a transformation that leads to personal growth and provides us with unbreakable resilience in the face of life's challenges. It is important to remember that Stoicism is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. It requires commitment, self-reflection, and the willingness to accept discomfort and adversity as opportunities for growth. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." The Stoic Path, though challenging at times, is a path that guides use toward a meaningful, fulfilling, and wise life. By incorporating these Stoic teachings into your daily life, you can embark on a journey that not only changes your life, but also inspires those around you to do the same. So, as you embark on your Stoic journey, always remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor who exemplified these teachings in his own life. Don't waste any more time arguing about what a good man should be. Focus on yourself, live each day according to the wisdom of Stoicism, and become the best version of yourself. Your journey begins now. Life is a constant journey of self-discovery and personal improvement. Following the path of Stoicism, we learn to focus on what we can truly control: our actions, thoughts, and reactions. As we reflect on our lives and seek virtue, resilience, and inner peace, we realize that happiness does not come from material wealth or external success, but from the quality of our thoughts and how we face adversity. As Marcus Aurelius teaches us, let's not waste time worrying about what we should be or what others think of us. Instead, let's focus our energy on self-discovery and living wisely. As we progress on our Stoic journey, we become the best version of ourselves, inspiring others to follow our example. Life becomes full of meaning and fulfillment when we embrace this philosophy and recognize that the journey is as valuable as the destination. Don't miss the opportunity to continue learning and growing with us. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism offer a profound and timeless insight into how to live a life with purpose, inner peace, and virtue. By focusing on ourselves daily and embracing the Stoic lifestyle, as well as consistently practicing its principles, we can undergo a transformation that leads to personal growth and provides us with unbreakable resilience in the face of life's challenges. It is important to remember that Stoicism is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. It requires commitment, self-reflection, and the willingness to accept discomfort and adversity as opportunities for growth. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." The Stoic Path, though challenging at times, is a path that guides use toward a meaningful, fulfilling, and wise life. By incorporating these Stoic teachings into your daily life, you can embark on a journey that not only changes your life, but also inspires those around you to do the same. So, as you embark on your Stoic journey, always remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor who exemplified these teachings in his own life. Don't waste any more time arguing about what a good man should be. Focus on yourself, live each day according to the wisdom of Stoicism, and become the best version of yourself. Your journey begins now. Life is a constant journey of self-discovery and personal improvement. Following the path of Stoicism, we learn to focus on what we can truly control: our actions, thoughts, and reactions. As we reflect on our lives and seek virtue, resilience, and inner peace, we realize that happiness does not come from material wealth or external success, but from the quality of our thoughts and how we face adversity. As Marcus Aurelius teaches us, let's not waste time worrying about what we should be or what others think of us. Instead, let's focus our energy on self-discovery and living wisely. As we progress on our Stoic journey, we become the best version of ourselves, inspiring others to follow our example. Life becomes full of meaning and fulfillment when we embrace this philosophy and recognize that the journey is as valuable as the destination. Don't miss the opportunity to continue learning and growing with us. For example, after years of careful planning, retirement may be abruptly postponed due to a diagnosis of a serious illness that leaves us with only a few months to live. We wonder, what if World War III breaks out? Or, what happens if I lose all my money? Thoughts can cause us suffering, as they absorb us in possibilities that, although real and under our immediate control, actually do not happen in the present. We lack the ability to face them in the present moment, as they only reside in our thoughts and not in a tangible reality we should worry about. Anticipating what might happen is like fighting shadows, an activity that distracts us from the real experience of life here and now. The question Marcus Aurelius poses to us is the following: is it worth worrying about imaginary concerns about the future when this constant questioning robs our peace and happiness in the present? When we overly worry about future events, life ends up making us suffer because we experience them in our imagination, letting our present be dictated by what has not yet occurred. Marcus Aurelius advises us not to let ourselves be disturbed by the future we will face, and, if necessary, to face it with the same weapons of reason that we apply at the current moment. He noted that if he could deal with the present, he could also handle the future. He told himself not to imagine all the terrible things that could happen, but rather to focus on the situation he was living in at that moment. Focusing on the present allowed him to realize that he could face what was to come. This attitude resembles the idea of a fate that is not sealed but strengthened by the confidence that we are capable of overcoming what has already passed. Marcus would have remembered the speed with which existence passes and disappears into the infinite, beyond our reach. Both the past and the future are domains in which we cannot act. What has happened has already passed, and unless we invent a time machine, we cannot change anything in that regard. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "Remember that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting moment. Everything else in his life has passed and disappeared or has not yet been revealed. Man's life lies in this instant, and the corner of the earth where he dwells is his only domain." Despite the three stages of our life, it only occurs in the present moment. We often get distracted in the domains that lie beyond the present and that we cannot reach, that is, the future and the past. Marcus told us that the past has no meaning in the present. It does not influence what we are experiencing now. We cannot learn from past events because they are simply beyond our reach. Our memories of the past are often mixed and limited by our personal perspectives and diverse viewpoints. The past is nothing more than memories that are probably inaccurate, which leads many of us to continue interested in events that have passed, reliving the pain as if we were reliving the moments. Marcus Aurelius's approach to the past reveals an enlightening perspective. He does not focus on past events themselves, but on our own reaction to these events that are beyond our control. They may include a difficult childhood, broken friendships, or failed businesses. For him, what really matters is how we choose to handle these experiences. Marcus Aurelius stated on matters of fortune, "It is not what happened that counts, but how we react to it." If the present does not shake us and the future does not frighten us, we can face any adversity. In other words, he recognizes that negative events can happen to us all, but not everyone has the capacity to face them with strength and serenity. The key lies in our attitude and resilience in the face of what has already occurred. Marco invites us to reflect deeply on these issues. He argues that what happened in the past should not prevent us from acting in a generous, self-disciplined, reasonable, prudent, honest, humble, and sincere manner, and displaying all the other qualities that allow a person's true nature to flourish. In other words, regardless of what has occurred, we still have the capability to be virtuous and adhere to the principles that make us better human beings. It is noteworthy to observe that Marcus Aurelius does not completely ignore the value of the past. He considers it as a cycle where things come and go, repeating themselves and allowing us to draw lessons for the future. Instead of getting caught up in the ties of the past, he encourages us to learn from it and recognize the repeating patterns. This empowers us to make wiser and more conscious decisions in the present. and thus shape the future we wish to reach. Ultimately, he invites us not to be slaves to the past, but to wisely direct ourselves from the present towards a future that reflects our deepest values. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom constantly reminds us that the present moment is our only field of action, the narrow ground to which we have access. From this vantage point, we can contemplate the vast abyss of the past and the impenetrable darkness of the future. He emphatically encourages us to direct our energies towards what is under our immediate control, here and now. However, even when we release the weight of the past and reduce our worries about the future, we can still feel overwhelmed by concerns about current circumstances. We often feel dissatisfied with how life is unfolding in the present. When things don't work out as we would like, we tend to react with anger, sadness, or discouragement. Marcus reminds us that it is useless to let ourselves be emotionally affected by what the present brings as the world around us continues its course, regardless of our will. What is in our hands is how we react to these events. However, we often get angry because we do not like what is happening or because our desires are not met. In this context, Marcus Aurelius warns us against the futility of resisting what is imposed on us and compares those who struggle against current tides to those who, when in a turbulent harbor, resist in vain. Whatever their resistance, they cannot prevent or predict the future. Some try to stop wars, others wish to prevent natural disasters or slow down the inevitable aging process of our bodies. The lesson Marcus Aurelius leaves us is clear. Accept the present as it is and delay our reactions with serenity. The key to a longer, balanced and satisfying life does not lie in fighting against the tides of existence, but in choosing to flow with them, finding strength in acceptance and serenity in wisdom. We cannot force the world to satisfy all our desires. We have no guarantee that the people we are attracted to will feel the same about us, nor can we be sure that all human beings will have the same opportunities in life. We get angry because we don't have what we want, and we become sad because we face what we don't like. In this way, the present moment turns into a sort of torture chamber where we suffer at the mercy of the future, or else from what we love in the present. We fear losing what we have. Again, we cling to the future as if it controls us. However, with our full involvement in everything that happens in this fleeting and uncertain environment that we do not fully know, we often overlook what really is under our control, our choices, our actions, and our new opinions. Marcus Aurelius considered the law of nature as our teacher. If we flee from it, or feel sad or angry, we are nothing but deserters and fugitives. Instead of wasting our energy on disgust toward ourselves or clinging to our circumstances, we should accept nature's ways and try to face them. One way to accept the present as it is, as he wrote in Book 7 of his Meditations, is to focus on what we have instead of what we lack. But with caution, consider what you do not have as non-existent and look at what you have, the things you value the most, and think about how much you would appreciate them if they were not present. However, accepting circumstances is not always easy, especially when life constantly challenges us, as if throwing lemons at us all the time. Many of us wonder if we can take a break, especially when facing adversities and problems that might lead us to behave like victims, resisting and complaining. Marcus Aurelius states that these situations represent valuable opportunities to practice virtue and apply the principles of Stoic philosophy in our life. The art of living does not depend on the extraordinary character or luck of our external circumstances, as these are changeable, agile, ephemeral, and ultimately outside our control. What truly matters is how we face the events that come our way. That is where we should focus our efforts. We must seize this opportunity no matter our physical, emotional or financial situation, striving to live in the present in the best way possible. It is crucial to start from where we are and with what we have at hand, taking the first step without being distracted by looking at other times in the future or the past. We must focus on what we have in front of us and simply act. We must not forget that motivation can fluctuate over time, but the key lies in perseverance and consistency in everything we do. With determination and perseverance, we can achieve the positive results we desire for our life. Stay focused on the present where you can take action and move in the direction you desire. Share your perspective on how you handle concerns related to the past and the future in your life, as your experience may be helpful to others. If you enjoyed our content and wish to stay up to date with future updates, do not forget to press the subscription button right here below. By joining our community, you ensure that you do not miss any exciting video that we are preparing for you. In a world full of constant noise where everyone seems to be shouting their dreams and ambitions from the tops of digital mountains, there is a piece of eternal wisdom often overlooked. Do not tell people your plans. These words, rooted in the philosophy of Stoicism and attributed to the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, contain profound meaning and practical wisdom for anyone seeking personal growth, resilience, and success in their life. The power of silence in a world where social media platforms constantly encourage us to share takes on even greater importance. Imagine a world where you do not reveal your aspirations and goals immediately. Instead, you treasure and care for them like a secret treasure. What happens then? Intrigue is awakened, interest is sharpened, people begin to wonder what you are plotting in the shadows, what vision of the future you are silently cultivating. The act of keeping your plans private grants them a mysterious power. Like a magician who guards his most astonishing tricks, you keep your dreams safe from the world, allowing them to grow within you without the constant influence of outside opinions. This act of restraint provides you the freedom to explore and create without fear of premature judgment. Moreover, by not sharing your plans indiscriminately, you also protect yourself from the negativity and envy of those who may not understand or appreciate your vision. Not everyone, but let me tell you, Marcus Aurelius, that wise emperor, understood the power of silence and discretion. He believed that the more we talk about our plans and intentions, the more we risk wasting our energy and focus. Imagine this. When you share your big dreams with the world, you face a barrage of opinions, doubts, and expectations. It's as if you had prematurely handed over your energy and commitment to a goal that is still in its infancy. Why do so if it's still germinating? Following in the footsteps of Marcus Aurelius and his Stoic wisdom, he would advise us to nurture and protect our aspirations, keeping them close to our hearts, shielded from external validation. This advice has a powerful purpose. One of the fundamental concepts of Stoicism is that our happiness and fulfillment should not depend on factors outside ourselves. Instead of constantly seeking approval and validation, finding satisfaction and balance internally is what truly matters. What is interesting in life, depending on what others think or external circumstances. Instead, cultivate your inner strength and protect your dreams until they are ready to see the light of day. The mystery and intrigue surrounding your goals will drive you to achieve them with determination and without unnecessary distractions. In a world obsessed with achieving recognition and praise, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that true satisfaction comes from within. When we share our plans with others, we expose ourselves to the influence of external opinions and judgments. Imagine this for a moment. You have a dream, like becoming a successful author. You've been working hard on your novel, putting your heart and soul into it. At this moment, your work is fragile, like a sprout just out of the ground. If you share your dreams with others too soon, their doubts, criticisms, or indifference can be like strong winds that threaten to pull out that sprout. By keeping your plans hidden until you are ready to reveal them, you create an atmosphere of anticipation and curiosity. Your actions will speak louder than words, and when the right time comes, you will be able to reveal your achievements with grace and humility. Ideas, like living organisms, need time to grow and evolve. Sharing our plans prematurely exposes our ideas to the harsh climate of criticism and doubt. As Marcus Aurelius encourages us, our mind is the fertile ground where we must nurture our ideas, allowing them to mature and develop strength. Think about the process of writing a novel. From the beginning, the idea is as fragile as a delicate seedling. Sharing it too soon can invite skepticism and discourage you from continuing to nurture it. However, if you protect your idea, allow it to take root and let it become a solid narrative, you will be better equipped to handle the challenges and visions that come with the creative process. By practicing the Stoic principle of not telling people your plans, you give your ideas the time and space they need to flourish, allowing them to adapt and refine before facing the scrutiny of the outside world. Learning from failure in silence is an inevitable part of any path to success. When we share our plans openly, failure can be embarrassing and demoralizing, as a wide audience witnesses it. Therefore, it is prudent to keep our plans secret until we are sure and prepared to reveal them to the world. Marcus Aurelius offers a different perspective on failure, one of quiet reflection and resilience in the privacy of your own thoughts. Here you can analyze your failures, learn from your mistakes, and use them as stepping stones for improvement. When you don't share your plans with people, you free yourself from the additional pressure of meeting others' expectations. This allows you to take risks, experiment, and embrace the possibility of failing as a valuable teacher. Think about the story of Thomas Edison, who conducted thousands of experiments before successfully inventing the light bulb. If he had shared his plans prematurely and faced public ridicule after each failed attempt, his path to success might have been significantly hindered. Instead, he persevered in silence, using each failure as a stepping stone to his ultimate goal. The joy of authenticity is another aspect to consider. Triumph over the pleasures of authenticity, and this value aligns perfectly with the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. When you do not share your plans prematurely, you have the opportunity to be more authentic in your actions and interactions. You are free from the need to project an image or seek validation. Imagine a person who openly declares their intention to run a marathon but lacks the discipline and commitment to follow through. They may receive initial praise, but their lack of authenticity becomes apparent when they fail to meet their goal. On the other hand, the person who trains in silence day after day and completes the marathon without fanfare is seen as authentic and genuine in their actions. By not sharing your plans prematurely, you align your actions with your true intentions. You become more authentic in your pursuits, as your motivation is internal and not driven by external validation. Self-sufficiency is another cherished value found in this choice. The fundamental Stoic principle is self-sufficiency. Marcus Aurelius believed that inner strength and resilience should be our main sources of support in life. When you do not share your plans with people, you cultivate self-sufficiency by relying on your own judgment and determination. Imagine you have the dream of starting your own business. You have meticulously planned every detail and are ready to take the step. Instead of seeking validation or approval from others, you trust your skills and decisions. This self-sufficiency allows you to overcome obstacles and setbacks with unbreakable determination. By embracing self-sufficiency and not sharing your plans prematurely, you become the architect of your own fate. You free yourself from the constant need for external affirmation and learn to trust your own instincts and capabilities. Focusing on the journey, not the destination, is an important reminder. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to become obsessed with the end result rather than savoring the journey itself. Marcus Aurelius, with his Stoic wisdom, reminds us that life is a continuous process of growth and self-improvement. When you do not share your plans with people, you shift your focus from the final goal to the daily steps that lead you there. Consider the person who decides to learn to play a musical instrument. If they constantly share their desire to become a virtuoso, they may worry too much about the end result of playing complex compositions. However, if they keep their aspirations to themselves and focus on daily practice, they gain satisfaction and joy from incremental progress. So, by not sharing your plans prematurely, you can better immerse yourself in the present moment and enjoy the journey without unnecessary distractions. Self-sufficiency and attention to the present allow you to grow and excel, embracing the power of resilience and self-support. Appreciating small victories, learning from setbacks, and understanding the transformative and formative power of the journey are essential. There is also an art to not promising too much and delivering more than promised. One of the key aspects of effective leadership and personal success lies in not promising too much while at the same time delivering more than promised. Imagine you are assigned a project at work. Instead of promising grand results to your team, you keep your plans and strategies close to your chest. You work diligently behind the scenes, leveraging your skills and experience. When you finally reveal the complete product, you exceed everyone's expectations. This approach aligns perfectly with Stoic philosophy and the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. By not telling people your plans, you create space to excel in silence and let your actions speak for themselves. This way of setting and exceeding expectations can build trust, admiration, and opportunities for advancement in both your personal and professional life. Nurturing intuition and instinct is essential in our decision-making processes. These are powerful guides that help us navigate life with wisdom and determination. Through introspection and the practice of silence, we can sharpen our intuition and follow our instincts to achieve genuine and lasting success. Marcus Aurelius believed that by keeping our plans to ourselves, we can connect more deeply with our inner wisdom. When you do not share your plans with people, you allow your intuition and instinct to play a larger role in decision-making. Imagine a major life decision, such as choosing a career path. If you discuss your plans openly with others, you may be swayed by their opinions and external pressures. However, if you keep your aspirations private, you create a sacred space where your intuition can guide you toward the path that aligns with your true desires and values. By practicing this Stoic principle, you tune into your inner voice, learning to trust your instincts and make decisions that resonate with your authentic self. This can lead to a life more harmonious with your true calling and purpose. The impact of genuine support is important. While Marcus Aurelius advised caution in sharing your plans, he did not advocate for total isolation. He recognized the importance of genuine support from trusted individuals. The key is to be selective in sharing your ambitions with those who truly have your best interests at heart. Think about the value of having a small circle of trusted friends, mentors, or family members who genuinely support your aspirations. When you choose to share your plans with trustworthy people, you not only receive encouragement, but also valuable insights and guidance. These individuals become your pillars of strength and wisdom. By seeking and nurturing such genuine support, you create a network of allies who can cheer you on during your journey. This selective exchange of your plans ensures that you receive the encouragement and guidance you need while protecting your aspirations from unnecessary external scrutiny. Achieving mastery in any field requires relentless practice and dedication. Marcus Aurelius understood that the pursuit of excellence often requires silence and solitude. When you do not share your plans prematurely, you allow yourself the space and focus needed for practice. Consider the story of a young artist struggling to become a master of their craft. Instead of seeking constant validation through social media or public exhibitions, they dedicate countless hours to practice in solitude. They perfect their techniques, explore new ideas, and push the boundaries of their creativity. By practicing in silence, away from prying eyes and external judgments, they reach a level of mastery that stands out in a world filled with mediocrity. Their dedication and the quality of their work speak for themselves. Embracing the path of self-discovery, one of the deepest aspects of Stoicism is its emphasis on exploring our deepest desires. Imagine embarking on a journey of self-discovery as a spiritual pilgrimage. If you openly share your intentions with others, their opinions and expectations may cloud your genuine exploration. However, by keeping your aspirations private, you embark on a personal quest with purity of intention. Through this journey of self-discovery, you may uncover hidden talents, passions, or values that were previously obscured by external influences. You have the freedom to chart your own course and discover the authentic path that leads to fulfillment and self-realization. The wisdom of timing is a critical factor in the pursuit of success and achievement. Marcus Aurelius understood that by not sharing your plans prematurely, you gain the flexibility to choose the right moment to reveal your intentions. Consider an entrepreneur who has developed an innovative product. Instead of announcing it to the market immediately, they opt to wait for the perfect moment when market conditions are favorable and their product is polished to perfection. This strategic timing can make the difference between success and obscurity. By practicing the wisdom of timing and exercising patience, you increase the flexibility to adapt and leave behind plans that no longer serve us. Imagine someone who aspired to pursue a specific professional career, but along the way discovered a new passion that ignited their soul. If they had publicly declared their initial plans, they might have felt trapped or compelled to follow a path that no longer resonated with them. But by keeping their aspirations private, they created a space where their intuition could guide them towards the path that felt right. Practicing the art of letting go and not being tied to rigid plans, they remained open to the opportunities and fortuitous events that life presented them. They released the need for a predetermined outcome and allowed their journey to unfold naturally. The lessons of the wise Stoic are found in the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, where he reflects on the qualities of a Stoic sage. This is a person who embodies the principles of Stoicism at the highest level, and his teachings continue to be a source of inspiration for those seeking a life of wisdom, resilience, and authenticity. Emulating the Stoic sage and practicing the wisdom of not sharing plans prematurely, we can aspire to cultivate these qualities in ourselves. We can become more resilient in the face of adversity and wiser in our decisions, living in peace with the unfolding of our lives. Implementing Stoic wisdom in modern life is essential. Although the world has changed significantly since ancient Rome, the timeless wisdom of Stoicism remains relevant and applicable. Here are some ways to do it. Practice discernment. Be selective in sharing your plans. Choose to trust those who truly support your aspirations and understand your vision. Seek mentors and allies. Find people who can provide you with valuable guidance on your journey. Cultivate patience. Embrace patience as a virtue. Delay the need to share your plans until they are well-formed and thoroughly considered. Use this time to refine your ideas and strategies. Focus on the journey. Shift your attention from the final goal to the daily steps that will get you there. Savor the small victories, learn from the setbacks, and find joy in the transformative power of the journey itself. Trust, embrace authenticity, be genuine in your path. Free yourself from the need to project an image or seek external validation. Activities and actions allow your motivation to be internal rather than driven by external validation. This not only builds self-respect, but also fosters trust and connection with others. Seek genuine support. Build a network of reliable allies who genuinely support your aspirations. Share your plans with those who care about your best interests and reciprocate their support when needed. Master the art of timing. Pay attention to when you reveal your plans to the world. Choose moments that align with your goals and maximize your chances of success. Let go of rigidity. Be open to the possibility of detours and changes in direction. Release the need for a finished outcome and allow your journey to unfold naturally. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius and the wisdom of not telling people your plans offer a profound philosophy for navigating the complexities of life in a world full of distractions, pressures, and external expectations. Stoicism provides a guiding light, a path to self-mastery and inner peace. As you embark on your own journey, remember the eternal wisdom of the Stoics. Cultivate patience, embrace authenticity, and trust your instincts. Seek genuine support from reliable allies and master the art of timing. Most importantly, let go of rigidity and remain open to the ever-changing currents of life. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, do not waste any more time arguing about what a good man should be. By not telling people your plans prematurely, you empower yourself to become the best version of yourself, a person of wisdom, resilience, and inner strength. Your journey towards self-mastery begins now, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Stoic virtues in action are your compass for living a virtuous life and making wise decisions. Wisdom, the virtue of wisdom, not only encompasses knowledge, but also the ability to apply it in practice. When you do not share your plans prematurely, you exercise wisdom by carefully considering the timing and impact of your actions, developing the ability to discern what is truly important and worth pursuing. Courage is the strength to face adversity, take risks, and overcome fear. By not sharing your plans, you openly demonstrate the courage to resist external pressures and judgments, remaining steadfast in your pursuit of goals, even when facing doubts and uncertainties. Justice involves treating others with fairness and respect. When you practice the wisdom of not telling people your plans, you respect the autonomy and boundaries of others, avoiding imposing your aspirations on them and allowing them the freedom to follow their own paths. Temperance is the virtue of moderation and self-control. These Stoic virtues will help you make wiser decisions, face challenges with courage, treat others with respect, and maintain self-control in your pursuit of authenticity and self-mastery. Your journey toward a virtuous and wise life has begun, and these virtues will be your guides. Validation, you learn to find satisfaction in your own internal convictions rather than depending on external praise. Navigating the digital age, in a world full of social media and instant connectivity, the practice of not sharing your plans may seem contrary to the prevailing culture of constant sharing. However, it is essential to recognize that the principles of Stoicism remain relevant, regardless of technological advances. In a conscious exchange, while social media platforms encourage constant communication, practicing mindfulness about what and when you share can help you align your actions with Stoic principles. Consider the impact of your posts and whether they contribute positively to your goals and well-being. Selectivity in connections. In a digitally connected world, it is crucial to exercise discernment in your online relationships, surrounding yourself with people who support your aspirations and values in a way similar to reliable allies in Stoicism. Internal, in the pursuit of not sharing your plans with others and embracing the Stoic lifestyle. The ultimate goal is to find satisfaction and inner peace by aligning your actions with your values and focusing on what you can control. This allows you to experience a sense of satisfaction that transcends external circumstances, finding deep meaning and purpose in your actions. Inner peace is a fundamental pillar of Stoicism, emphasized as a product of wisdom and self-control. When you do not depend on external validation and approval, you cultivate a sense of tranquility that remains undisturbed by external events. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within you, in your way of thinking." By practicing the wisdom of not sharing your plans and embracing Stoic philosophy, you unlock the potential for a life full of satisfaction, purpose, and wisdom. Your journey continues, guided by the enduring. Thank you for being part of our community. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more of what we offer, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos, and if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day.